What up? What up? Oh, I got shit on my screen. Uh, it's kind of impromptu live right now. Had some great conversations at work today. Just made me want to jump on. And man, I got finger smudges. I hate that. It's my OCD coming out. But no, I just wanted to jump on and talk about belief. And no, I'm not talking about religion. I know y'all are sick of me hearing me talk about that shit. Uh, so I won't talk about belief in religion. No, I'm going to talk about your belief in people. Um, your belief in humanity. And I got to talk to several people that worked for me today. And when they started working for us, really weren't doing much, weren't achieving much, had a certain lifestyle that was, you know, it was okay. Nothing to get excited about. They couldn't really do anything. It was paycheck to paycheck. And, um, just grinding and surviving. And now we've provided them an opportunity to make more money than they've ever made and to be happier than they've ever been, and their spouses happier than they've ever been. And some of them got to talk to their significant others and just see the impact that we've made. And several of them, I know, since I've been in my position as a sales director, that I've had um, the opportunity and the ability to hire them and believe in them. And those that know me, I'm an underdog, and I always believe in the underdog story. I always hire the underdog. I guess I'm a sucker for it because of my story. Um, but there's several of them. One I won't name her name because I'm not trying to put her on blast. But one of our locations, we got a young lady that when I interviewed her, she was cleaning hotel rooms for like $8 an hour, something like that. And when I met her, there's one thing that I know about sales. Uh, there's one thing that I can't train. There's one thing that I can't download. There's one thing that I can't uh, help you do, or whatever you want to say. Uh, and that's the ability to just talk to anyone, any stranger, to approach them, no matter the environment, no matter the person, no matter the personality profiles or styles. I can't teach that. Like, people love to talk to people or they don't. And I talked to this young lady, and man, she was, when I interviewed her, she was rough, and I have no problem saying that. I'd say if she's sitting right here and she knows that, she was rough, man. But I just saw this diamond in the rough, and saw the ability and believed in it. I believe, just like Bill Evans, my mentor. If he ever listens to these, I'll always give him shout outs when I talk about this shit. But when I interviewed with him years ago in a Panera Bread, uh, and told him, was like, it's either this or like I have to do something drastic. Either you hire me and you believe me and I'm gonna give you everything I got, or I got to find something else, man. I got to find a way to provide and be consistent. Um, and he took a chance on me, and I will eternally be grateful for the shot he gave me, because it's helped me develop into the man, father, and professional that I've become. And all my thanks go to him, from a developmental standpoint, just being who I am today and not being afraid to be who I am and being authentic. A lot of that comes from him and his mentoring and really making me his student. But this young lady really comes from nothing. Her and her boyfriend had nothing, and now she's making like triple, quadruple the money she made before, and as a leader. And that makes me so excited. And I share her story in our trainings and our orientations all the time, because I'm sure not a lot of other organizations would have gave her a shot, with the lack of experience and so on and so forth. But I just saw something there, and you know, uh, I'm a big culture guy with my teams, and culture is huge. And the one thing I preach from the time I interview somebody to the time I hire them, and taking them to through the orientation and the 2 day classroom trainings, is you always put your teammate before yourself. You always think about your teammate, before you think about yourself, and do what's right by them first. And if you do that, karma, life, sowing. Sorry, I got a Harley going by. Sowing, reaping, whatever philosophy you apply there, all that's real. But uh, she's been there. She's put the work in. She's grinding, and you know, talking about culture and leadership, I could not be more proud of the females on the team there in that store, which are, there's several of them. Man, they took this young lady out. They took her shopping, got her makeup, taught her how to do her hair, um, and like taught her all the shit. She didn't really have a mom. Like taught her all the shit that her mom never taught her. How to do makeup, how to do hair. And all of a sudden, she's making like quadruple the money she's ever made and ever probably thought she would make. Cleaning hotel rooms when I met her. Another young lady, she was working a entry level HR position, and uh oh, all right, Dylan, I'm gonna try to do this. Dylan might be jumping on. Oh shit! Oh shit! Uh oh. Uh oh. Well, Jay Z said, "What you ain't don't make me shit." Um, Sweet. No, I'm proud of you, brother. That's awesome. And the ones on YouTube, I'm gonna turn this shit up as loud as I can so you can hear everything. Oh shit! I fucked my whole shit up. Uh, but no. So Dylan's Dylan's lined up for a new uh, science job because he's 10 times smarter than I am. Now, when it comes to that shit, you are. Um, Now, but what I was talking about, Dylan, was I had the chance, I had some time just to go around our stores today, and I was talking about belief and not belief in like religion or anything like that, but belief in humanity, belief in people. And I just shared a story about a young lady that I hired close to a year ago. When I hired her, she had nothing, came from nothing. She was cleaning hotel rooms for like 7.50, $8 an hour, and now makes life changing money. And I said, like, I saw the diamond in the rough. Like she had no fear. Like she would talk to anybody in any setting. Even her first day on the job, she was talking to our $1 million writers that make six figures every year, like they were nothing. You know what I mean? Just interacted with them like it was nothing. And I was getting ready. As soon as you hit that, there's another young lady that works for us, and she was a entry level. I don't want to say low level because I don't believe anything's low level, but entry level HR position with a company, making 12, $13 an hour, whatever, and now is on pace to make well over six figures this year. And both those young ladies, that's life changing for them. Then the other one, she's now our sales manager at one of our locations. She worked for another retail establishment for 7 years, and she came up to me after at the end of quarter one. Obviously, we're getting ready to end quarter two, but she approached me at the end of quarter one. It was like, Austin, I've already made more in one quarter than I did an entire year in management in my previous job. Um, and what it came down to is these people, like when I met them, and there's other stories, I got like 60 salespeople. There's other stories I could share, but it's those where it's like, it's the belief, like they knew that I believed in them. I picked them, I selected them because I believed in them. I saw the underdog. I saw the fight. I saw the tenacity in them, and I put all my chips in. I went all in on them, and I was like, and the one that was doing HR, we have an assessment that we run with every single new hire, and she scored a low. And normally lows, we don't fuck with lows. Like if they score low, we don't even fuck with it. But something in my gut told me this chick's gonna kill it. Like she's gonna own this shit. And she can't. She's come in. She's number one in her store. She's top 5 in the company, and she's running circles around dudes that've been doing it for years, for years. Um, so that was really my impromptu jump on tonight, was just like, people are so, like my post earlier today, like quit taking yourself so serious. There's so many other people you can help. Like, take your eyes off you. Like, you don't mean shit if you ain't helping other people, if you're not boosting other people and propping other people up. Like, I love being people's stepping stool. Like, some people take that as a diss, or like you're dog shit if you're somebody's stepping stool. If I'm your stepping stool and I take you from making $25,000 a year to $100,000 a year, I will, like, I will be your fucking stepping stool. I love that shit. I can put my head on a pillow at night and know that I've helped however many people go from just scraping by, barely paying fucking bills, to making, 80, 90, $100,000 a year. What, as a leader, what's more rewarding than that?
I agree, man. And that does, like you said, that does wonders for somebody, especially people who are losing hope in humanity, like you're saying. How do you establish hope in humanity? Is be a good person. Stop doing things you know are wrong. Like the other day, I worked at Harley sales. Sometimes you got to be a shark. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can be in situations where you can just rip somebody off. You can. You very easily can. I had a guy come in on Saturday, and he wanted to buy this $5,000 piece of shit Harley. I mean, it was rough. Like, to the point where, like, I didn't even feel comfortable selling it to the guy. But it's all he could afford. He wanted a Harley, and he could get financed for this one. And I had to sit and tell this guy, hey, man, don't buy this fucking bike. I think you would be much, I don't want you to buy this bike without understanding the responsibility that it's going to take, the maintenance that would be required for this motorcycle. You understand? I needed to say it, right? I needed to make money. I still would make commission off of that. But, at the end of the day, I would lose sleep over it if this guy buys this piece of shit, and I make his life even more miserable because he has a bike that is useless.
Yep.
And it's costing him $110, $150 a month. That's the wrong thing to do. At least making sure he goes in understanding what's going to be required of this motorcycle.
For sure.
But sure enough, you let people know things like that. I told him to sleep on it, come back tomorrow. Just support this bike, please. Don't sign this contract tonight, come back tomorrow. Sure enough, he did. Sure enough, he came back and he signed it, knowing full well his bike was a piece of shit.
But you did, in the sales world, you did the integral thing, and you gave him the heads up. You was like, instead of pressuring him into it, you're like, I want to be 100%, forward and transparent. This is what it is. And tomorrow, if you still want it, cool, I'll help you sign. But I really want you to consider the process, consider the money, the labor, whatever you're going to have to put into it. And guess what? People love salespeople like that, because there's the slimy ass, fucking grimy used car salespeople. Fucking.
This bike's a beautiful bike. It's a great bike. Reliable bike.
It's gonna last 20 years. Bullshit.
He said, this bike's going to cost me $8,000 in repairs, man. I can't take this bike. I told you not to get this fucking bike. I told you. I knew this for that, man. That's why I told you not to buy it. But now we're going to try to buy his bike back, even though the bank already has it. Get him into something like I told him he should have got. Sometimes it's just, you got to do the right thing, or you don't have to, but.
Sorry, I had a phone call coming in and fucked my whole shit up. God damn it. But no, that was my well, in sales, if you deal with everybody like that, like, not only do they come back, but they send mad people to you, because they know your friends can trust you, their family can trust you, and anybody's gonna be in sales for the long haul. That's That's huge. It's fucking huge. It's necessary.
And most part, he can't come and say that, I sold him a piece of shit. He didn't know it was a piece of shit, and I ripped him off. Can't say that.
Correct.
Don't
Absolutely.
come crying to me in a week saying this bike's a piece of shit, as I told you. He didn't come crying. At least he knew that I tried telling him. But
yep. So when's your interview, brother?
tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got all day. You just waiting, excited.
Cool. Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
About to do a little bit more research on the company tonight. I applied to like 3 or 4 of them. I didn't expect a phone call so soon. I just applied a few days ago. Sent them my resume and they liked what they saw. So,
Well, if it doesn't happen, I'll help you get that money.
I'm gonna get back to this studying for this interview, man.
All right, brother. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Likewise, love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Peace. Cool. So my man Dylan jumped in, and we were gonna hook up tonight, but as you heard, he's got some interviews lined up, which is awesome for him, and excited for him. I know that's where his passion's at, and that's where you have to locate. If you really want to thrive and succeed in life, you have to locate what you're passionate about, what drives you, what makes you thrive, not just survive. But now back to the belief in humanity, the belief in people. Um, I think all of us have people in our lives that we've met, and it's like, I don't know about this person. I don't know if they'll make it. I don't know if they'll do this, do that. And sometimes it's just a simple task of somebody telling them that they believe in them, and they believe that they can make it and do way better than they're doing, and it just lights a fire. It just lights a fucking fire under them, and next thing you know, they've morphed, and they've turned into this successful monster that you just never thought was possible, and it took a simple act or gesture or words of affirmation and support, uh, to push them in that direction. And sometimes people just need one person to believe in them. Uh, Sometimes it just takes one. So my point in saying all this, why, if you have somebody in your life, professionally, personally, whatever, if you're not already, why are you not that voice? There's so much negativity in our society and in our country. There's so much negativity to draw from and to get intoxicated by. Why not be that positive person that says, you know what, I believe in you, man. I believe in your friend, male, female, whatever it is. I believe in you, and I think that you can do and achieve greatness no matter what. Uh, you know, I I'm sick and tired of the naysayers and I hate the word haters, but um, the haters are the people that they want to buy tickets to the game, they want to come and watch. They want to pick you apart, but they won't get in the fucking game. They won't play the game with you. Um, and that's what I tell people. If you want to say shit about me, um, and you want to judge or have an opinion on what I do and what I say, come run my race with me. Walk in my shoes, do what I do. If you can do it better than me, cool. I'll resign. Uh, but I just don't believe that there's that many people that can do what I do and do it to the level I do it. And that doesn't mean that I can't improve and can't get better. But I'm very confident in what I do, and majority of my confidence comes from the people that have said or do say to this day that they're proud of me, they believe in me, they know that I'm destined for greatness, and those are the people I want in my fucking life, man. Those are the people that I keep in my inner circle. And I made a post on my personal page earlier that talked about uh, Sometimes I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what the post said or what the meme said, but basically, when you decrease your circle, when you minimize your circle, and you only have a few people around you, sometimes that's where you find your greatness. Because when you have a billion people that you're putting little pieces of energy in, that means they're just investing little pieces of energy into you. But when you have a small circle that you can trust and depend on and talk to, uh, you pour a lot of you or all of you into that, man, you get so much more, because when you got 10,000 voices talking to you, a big sphere of influence talking to you, you just don't know, um, because there's not real connection. You don't have time to really connect because you're spreading your attention so thin, and your efforts so thin that you really don't know what's real and what's not. But when you only have a few people in your circle and they know you, like not bullshit know you, but know you, they're going to give you true feedback, man. They're going to be able to give you real life constructive criticism. And I love that. And I embrace that. And I love that I have people in my life that I can depend on for that. Um, and the reason I say all that is I try to be that for other people as much as I've got it, as much as I've received it in my life and continue to receive it to this day. One of my favorite things about the ownership group that I work for is I'm always accountable, man. I'm always accountable for what I'm doing, for what my team's doing, or not doing. And I love that. It makes me better every fucking day. It makes me better. And anytime I hear somebody that resists or, or doesn't want to face accountability, guess what I think? You ain't cut out for this shit. You ain't cut out for what you signed up for. Because if you don't want people holding you accountable, that means you're lazy. That means you don't care, and you may even have ulterior motives on why you're doing what you're doing. But for me, I know exactly what my goals are. I know exactly where I want to be, and I know that nobody can achieve greatness if they don't have fucking accountability in their life. So personal, professional, whatever. If you don't have accountability in your life, good fucking luck. But again, believing in humanity, belief, man, somebody supporting you and believing in you, and maybe you're that person that listens to this now or later, or whatever, where you need somebody that believes in you, and you don't have that. And I'm telling you right now, I might even never met you, don't know you, but there's no human being walking right now that with a change of mind, change of perspective, change of work ethic, change of attitude. There's nobody walking that can't change the trajectory of their life, whether it be personal, professional, whatever. It's always up to you. Nobody can tell you shit. Nobody can tell you you can or can't do shit. That's fucking up to you. The only person that can tell you you can't do something is you. And I read a quote, a couple days ago, and it said, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at two people. You look at the person that tells you you can't do it, or you're looking at the person that tells you go fuck shit up. And I can tell you right now, when I look in the mirror, uh, I'm looking at a dude right in the eyes, square in the eyes, that says go fuck shit up. You're a boss. Go own this shit. Do what you do. um, and be everything you can be. And that's what I do. I pour my heart and my passion in anything I do, anything I'm studying. Uh, you know, Even with religion and atheism and theism and all that. Like I pour my energy into it. It's something I'm passionate about right now, and it doesn't mean I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just passionate about it. So I'm studying and I'm learning. And so I talk about it a lot, and that's anybody. If you're passionate about sports, guess what you talk about all the time? Sports. If you talk about, you're passionate about music, guess what you talk about all the time? Music. If you're passionate about health and weight training and bodybuilding or whatever it is, guess what you talk about all the time? That's what you talk about. So I talk about the things that I'm most passionate about, and those two or three things for me right now are leadership, uh, quote unquote religion, or my disbelief in religion, and right now, and I've dropped 5 pounds already, by the way, in a week, but it's keto, and that lifestyle, and getting buckled back down there and lose some of this weight that I gained since my divorce because I went buck wild, but that's my fault. But the discipline it takes to be healthy, not just in mind but also in body, and we have to teach, or we have to treat each of those equally. Your physical health is just as important as your mental health, and vice versa. Uh, but believe in the people around you, man. It's so easy to be the negative fucker all the time, nitpicking people, picking people apart, making assumptions on what they can do, what they can't do. They're ugly. They don't dress right. They don't smell right. They don't this, that, that. Man, fuck that shit. Step into that person's life, even if they don't dress right, act right, whatever. Be the person that jumps in and is a positive influence for them and impacts them and change their fucking life. And I can tell you, when you do that from a fucking experience, like right now, today, I know that shit's real. And I know what it does for me as a human, what it does for me as a leader. It just empowers me and emboldens me to go even harder and to be more authentic and be more real and be more transparent than I've ever been. And what I love is I know my team loves that about me. They adore that about me. Is that even when they don't agree with my decisions, and I make an unpopular decision, they still say, you know what, we don't agree, but we're gonna buy in. We're gonna fall in line because we know that you have our best interest in mind, like you always do. So even if it's not popular, the only thing I'm thinking about is how do I make my team win? How does my team win through this? Um, and I'm always thinking about them and believing in them as people, as professionals, husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, whatever. Like I want them to be great, and I tell them every day that again, I learned this from my mentor, but your job skills never rise any higher than your life skills. So if I'm not challenging you and pushing you and stretching you to be better as a person, just as a human, I'm not doing my fucking job, man. I mean, anybody can crack a whip and drive, hypothetically drive sales and drive numbers, but it's not long lasting. Like people ain't buying into that shit. People don't want to hear "fuck you, you suck," "you're worthless," "you can't close shit," "coffee's for closers." I mean, all that shit's funny, but it don't actually work. Like in real life, that shit don't fucking work. They want to know they have a leader that believes in them and knows that they can do it. And I know that's why my team believes in me, is because I believe in them. And it's reciprocation for for those words and for those actions. And man, I believe in it 100%. So the moral of the story tonight, and I appreciate Dylan jumping in, and good luck on your interviews tomorrow, my brother. And we'll hook up this weekend and go live again for our normal podcast. But I just wanted to jump on tonight and talk about that, man. That was big in my head, big in my heart today. And I fucking love people, man. I love helping people. And when I hear people go from making $8, $9 an hour to you know life changing money for them, 80, 90, $100,000. Fuck, that makes me happy. It puts a big old fucking smile on my face. And when I lay my head on a pillow at night, I can sleep peacefully knowing that, you know what, not only do I work hard and I do well, and I get my money, but in me doing that, I'm not just sucking it all up on my own, but I'm making sure that my entire team's getting fed. My entire team's coming up, and they're grinding, and they're making all the money they need, and a lot of cases more, more than they probably need. They can do vacations and trips and buy the cars and the clothes and all the shit that they wanted. Um, Stick money in the fucking bank, make investments, whatever it is they want to do. I love that I can contribute to that and be an impact to that. And as much as I love making money, as much as I love having money in my bank account, uh, man, I can't tell you how thrilling it is and how exhilarating it is and how much uh, adrenaline I get from hearing stories like I heard from two, three, four people today on how much their life has changed to start working for us and being part of our organization. So, in wrapping it up, man, believe in people. Believe in people. Human nature is to be negative. Human nature is to nitpick. Human nature is to find the worst in every person, every situation. But man, rise above that bullshit and don't be a part of it. Don't be a part of the sheep that just want to pick it out and make yourself feel better. And if I say this and pick out this, it's gonna make me look better, look at myself better, or higher, or whatever. Fuck that shit. Help somebody. Be their slingshot, man. Be their slingshot to success. Be their stepping stone, stepping stool, what the fuck ever. Because even if you are that, and even if they take that shit for granted and they turn their back on you, whatever, you know what? You help somebody. You help somebody. Even if they turn into a fucking asshole, you help them get to that point. And if they turn the asshole, that's on them. That's on them. They'll like my brother always says, talent will take you places that your character can't keep you. And if you don't have the character to stay where you're at, guess what? Your character will fucking demolish you. And if you're a bad character and you're trying to cheat people and steal from people and be a shady motherfucker, you know what? You're gonna land on your ass anyway. So help those people. And if they decide on that path, let them fucking decide. That's on them, man. You have no control over that shit. All you can do is what you're supposed to do as a human, as a leader, and believe in them and pour everything into them and make them the best you can possibly make them. And if they shit on it after that, that's on them. You can still sleep well and rest well knowing that you poured everything you had into them, believing in them, rooting them on, being their biggest cheerleader. And that's, that's so huge. And yeah, I'll end with that. Find one or two people in your life, professionally, personally, whatever, and just be their fucking cheerleader, man. Be their biggest fan and root them on when nobody else is doing it, when nobody else believes in them, nobody else supports them, whatever. Be their biggest cheerleader. Sometimes, man, to change another person's life, that's all you got to do is believe and root them on and be their cheerleader and fucking yell and scream for them and cheer them on. So that's all I got to say tonight. Anybody that views it, I appreciate it. And remember, I'm Austin. That was Dylan that jumped on the reallyrealpodcast.com. It's right below. That was fucking ridiculous. But check us out, man. All our shit's on there. And we'll go live again this weekend with Dylan and I, live and in person. But we appreciate you all. Like, share, subscribe, share the shit out of this. We're really trying to make a difference, and sometimes we get silly and we get crazy. Sometimes we talk about religion, but we really want to help people. That's our heart. So check us out. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Obviously, we're on YouTube. Check us out, the Really Real Podcast. And y'all already know what it is when I'm talking. Fuck shit up. Get your money up. Peace.